right, y'all, welcome to the channel. In today's vlog, we are going to head up to EVO Motorsports to see Adam and bring him some parts. So I think these parts will be a dead giveaway with regards to the direction that I'm going to go with the vehicle. So I have a bunch of stock parts will be your hint in the garage, and we're going to dig a bunch of those out, including the stock turbo. I know, kind of disappointing for some of you big power guys out there, but you know, with the direction of the car and wanting, you know, me wanting to go road racing, it just, you know, makes a lot more sense for me to do that with the vehicle and you know, tone down the power and let the chassis, you know, meaning suspension and brakes and everything else, driver mod, you know, catch up to the vehicle. So at this point, you know, it's 650 all-wheel horsepower. It's overwhelmed the chassis and the car can't handle it. So not a lot of fun to drive outside of going fast, and like I said, it's not meant for the turns at this point. So much more to come as we dig up all these parts in my garage, and like I said, head over to see Adam at EVO Motorsports. We'll check back in a bit. Alright, so we are back. I think I dug out most everything that we'll need here, but let's take a look at what we've got. We have the stock lower intercooler pipe with the blow-off valve. So obviously we'll need to replace that. Unfortunately, I did not hang on to my AMS stuff for the stock turbo, meaning the intake down pipe and intercooler pipes. Unfortunately, I sold those, so we might have to buy those again, tragically. But here's the stock turbo. I think it's got, I don't know, 16 or 18,000 miles on it. So as you can see, it looks pretty clean. It's in good shape. Ready for some road racing for sure. I was able to find the stock injectors, so that's cool. We're gonna, believe it or not, go back to stock injectors. Once again, trying to keep this build simple and reliable for you know, extended periods of use on the track. So I think reliability is going to be key here. So like I said, we'll get this all loaded up in the badass Beep out here, turbocharged as well, and we will head up to EVO Motorsports and go visit Adam and say hi and see what he thinks of all this, and check back in. So we're on our way up there. I figured we could talk a little bit about why I'm going back to the stock turbo, which I know most of you guys and gals will probably think I'm absolutely crazy, which, you know, I kind of am, to be truthful, because I've spent so much damn money on this car. So, you know, completely built motor for boost and performance, long block, no expense spared, you know, stage 3 cylinder head, stage 3 dart and sleep block, stock crank, you know, SparkTech, like $1,500 ignition system, you know, ID 2000 injectors, 3 Walbro fuel pumps, a radium surge tank, then the list just keeps going and going and going. So long story short, I probably just should have left it at stock engine, stock power levels, and enjoyed it, and, you know, done road racing with it, which is what I really want to do with it. So I've, you know, come to the conclusion, excuse me, that I just think the EVO's best suited on a road course. You know, obviously there's EVOs that go fast in a straight line, I know that, but I can tell you from speaking from experience in the blue car that at 650 all-wheel horsepower at boost and performance, over 700 on a dyno jet, the car's got the all-wheel drive shuffle, which any of the EVO owners, you know, you guys know what that is. So it literally, you know, torque steers like a front wheel drive car side to side once it hits boost. So it's just, to me, it's just It's just overpowered the chassis. It's not. It's fun. Obviously, it's really fun to tell you the truth. But I just don't feel like it's a straight line car. It's kind of just, you know, taking a little bit away from the character of the car, I guess would be a good way of putting it. Right now, I think it handles terrible. The brakes aren't that great. Suspension sucks. And really, that's because the car is at, you know, 3 times the factory power levels to the wheels. Excuse me. So, with that being said, like I said, we'll get up here, talk to Adam, drop off all the stock parts that I got in the back there. Once again, we got the stock turbo, gently used, original turbo when I bought the car new. I think 15 to 18,000 miles. We got the stock lower intercooler pipe with the stock blow-off valve, which is fine for the stock turbo. I don't need the upgraded one that's on the full race kit that's built into the turbo anyway. But doing that, and then I have to make a decision on the stock downpipe if I put that back on, which could be restrictive, or if I buy another downpipe because I sold my AMS wide mouth that I had with the stock turbo back in the day, and then the MAP EF3 for a while, and I also sold the intakes. So I need an intake, and I need to make a decision on if I stick with the factory downpipe setup and O2 thing. So I don't know. Why don't you guys let me know what you think in the comments below, the Evo guys out there. And I know there's a lot of Jeep guys that are on the channel, and I appreciate you guys. And I'm in the Jeep right now. I love this thing, for the record. But it'd be cool if you guys chimed in as well. So, you know, love all cars, man. All cars are cool. So, I'm going to let you guys go for now. We'll be back up in there about half an hour from now, and we'll check in with Adam and see what he thinks on everything, and if he's had a chance to look at the car, you know, and assess it any further, which I don't think he has, for the record, but we'll see. So, see you guys in a bit. All right, so we are back with the one and only Adam from AD Motorsports, and today, like I said, we are dropping off some parts for the Evo, which is chilling over here. So Adam can start the process of getting this thing back on the road. So, excuse me, as we talked about in the last video, we are going road racing with this thing, as Adam knows. So I've made the decision to make it a straight up road race car. So with that comes big changes, obviously. So we're ditching the full race 8374 setup and a lot of the other parts that are under the hood altogether.
Just meant for big horsepower.
Yeah, which is what it did for a couple of years, and I had fun with it. But like I told you guys in the video on the way up here, I'm just ready to get it back on a road course and not have an overpowered chassis that feels sloppy like a front wheel drive car.
Yeah.
So torque steer and doing the all wheel drive shuffle.
Yeah, that also, you know, ton of horsepower and ton of wear with it.
Yeah, and
brakes, tires.
Yeah, overpowers the brakes, the suspension, everything. So let's go take a walk over to the Jeep and let's see what we got in the back here for Adam and get his thoughts on this. Drop it off, and then we're going to be back up here. I'll be up here next week at some point to check in with them and get our final kind of shopping list in terms of what this guy's, what else he's going to need in terms of odds and ends, because obviously I don't have everything, I'm assuming, you know, but we'll see what we got here. That's the thing, wow, old school Prelude. Let's see, one of those for years. All right, Adam, so this is what we got cooking. So,
oh wow,
for everybody online, I do not have the AMS downpipe like I talked about that I had originally purchased for the stock turbo, or the intake. So right now I have the stock stuff, but Adam's telling me that he doesn't want to put it on.
No, that stuff. We want to slow it down. We don't want to fucking stop it altogether. Oh boy. Okay.
So, and we got the stock turbo, which for the record, that's got about 15,000 miles on it. It should be, you know, I'm original owner. It should be in good shape.
No cracks.
I'm hoping. What do you think, Adam?
Well,
initial impression, look okay?
Yeah, they normally crack around through the housing and.
Okay.
But no, this one, just at first glance, look halfway decent.
So we are debating if we're
Nothing went through it.
Okay, cool. So we are debating if I am going to put this thing on the car officially. I'm 90% sure I'm going to do it, but I am debating if I'm going to do possibly the MHI, which is a slight upgrade Force Performance product over this thing right here. So, but I got the coils, I got the injectors in there. Look at this, it stares at the, we'll leave that in the video because it's funny. So you're supposed to, you see what I mean?
Shit.
So watch, and you're supposed to do this, and it's supposed to
find itself.
Yeah. It just keeps staring at the...
Let's go for the sun. Directly for the fucking sun.
I don't think I'm gonna keep using
bright as hell. Yeah, there's...
Alright, so we're back. So we got the coils, we got the injectors, we got the lower intercooler pipe with the stock blow-off valve like we talked about, the heat shield, the turbo appears to be in good shape. What else off the top of your head do you think that I'd be missing, Adam, at this point?
Well, you know, like you said, we're not going to put this on because there's a lot of horsepower that lives here.
So there is a lot of restriction on that?
There is. So, you know, 15 foot-pounds of torque out of a 2 housing is worth every bit of it. Maybe a better manifold, or at least if not stock one, but ported out.
So it is already ported. Devin did port it, actually.
So that'll be great.
I think I just want to go with the stock manifold, especially after the fire that I had, or some type of cast manifold. It's just because of the heat from road racing and the firewall with the EVO 10. But what are your thoughts on that?
I kind of agree with that. There's a lot of heat that's sitting in the back of it, even though there's a good amount of airflow moving.
Yeah.
You got to wrap the whole thing. It gets to be a little bit of a pain.
Yeah, and I'm a little gun shy after the fire, obviously.
Yeah, you get turned off as soon as they're gonna.
Yeah, that'll kind of steer you in a different direction quick. So, all right. So I think what we're gonna do is we'll order up an ETS downpipe. I'm gonna go ETS instead of AMS this time. Mix it up a little bit. I am gonna do a recirculated downpipe because I'm done with the external wastegate and the noise. Yeah, so we're done with that. We're going, and then we'll go with an ETS intake, which is a true velocity stack setup, supposedly. So that should be a pretty decent little setup.
As long as it's a 3-inch.
Good deal.
That's all it needs to be.
And Adam, we were talking about it inside off camera. You know, so this turbo right here should be good. Stock turbo once again should be good on your dyno, obviously with a built motor and E85 for around
400.
Yeah. So we're thinking 380 to 400.
Yes.
So you were saying inside that. Obviously, on some of your bigger road courses with your bigger straightaways, that with the EVO 10 being pretty heavy, that we might want to go with something slightly bigger.
50 horse will go a long way. So something like an 18G.
That's what you're thinking.
IHI turbo.
Yeah, maybe try that out.
Yeah, FP wouldn't be a bad idea, but I think the IHI, I like that a lot.
Yeah, try the factory turbo. That's just slightly modified by Force Performance. But he is a believer, for the record, in the stock coils, Adam. So we are going to be removing the Spark Tech setup.
Everybody has their opinion.
At that power level, they're fine.
People that reach a limit of those things, you get in at 900 horsepower, is 60 plus pounds of boost on these things. Then you're going to look into it.
So even at 32 psi, I probably was overkill for the record, but. So if any of you drag guys out there need have over 1,000 horsepower EVOs that need better ignition systems, hit me up. Hit me up in the comments. But
injectors in the fuel system as well.
And some gaskets, obviously. And
no, but I'm saying yours, the radium system.
Well, we're gonna keep we need the surge tank for the road course because of the left-hand turns on that car. Because remember the saddlebag gas tank on the EVO? I would hit fuel cut. That was the big reason I went with it in the first place. Wasn't the power level, was the fact that I would hit fuel cut even on the stock turbo.
Fucked up with the sending unit.
Well, basically, if I ran below half a tank, is what I'm saying.
Still shouldn't.
We shouldn't have a problem.
No.
So you wouldn't leave the surge.
EVO 4s, like the early EVOs, had issues with that, with gas not staying in there. 5 on up, they solved that issue, especially on a 10.
Really?
I think there's another issue somewhere else.
Okay, so maybe the fuel pickup. That's actually a good idea.
Yeah, exactly. I think because it's meant to, as it returns, it sucks it from the other side of the tank.
Yeah.
And if that hole has been fucked with a little bit more than it needed, that's why it needs to be at least half a tank of fuel in order to have enough in there.
So what kind of so if we go back to that turbo, okay, so it's a single 450, which is what I did forever, up to 450 wheel.
It will do 500 plus horsepower on that.
Okay, so that's good to know. So we'll do a single 450. So get rid of the radium surge tank. I think a lot of guys online are the road racing guys especially, because because I'm telling you, stock that car with less than 10,000 miles, like a stage 1 car, stock fuel pump still on the car, it hit fuel cut in left-hand turns, 100% positive. I swear, I'm not crazy on this. And there's a bunch of guys online, road racing guys, that have the same problem. It's a left-hand turn, and I've been told it's a saddlebag gas tank and where the fuel pickup
they all
is.
are like that. I mean, that would have to be a seriously like oval racing. I would see that.
this would be a hard, well, that's what I mean. This would be like a hard 90, almost 90-degree left-hand turn, coming onto like a straight almost, you know? Kind of like that turn on Blackhawk where you take the right hand. So could you tune the car with the radium thing, or you think it's just unnecessary?
That can be done by all means.
It's not hurting anything if we leave it in there. I think I want to leave it in there.
It's just not going to use 3 pumps.
Yeah, we don't need that, obviously, at less than half the power level, so which will mean it's going to be less complicated and hopefully it'll idle better and just run better in general.
The pressure is maintaining what it needs to be, 40 psi on idle.
I like it. Cool. All right, well, let's wrap this video up. Let's go inside and take a look at what you got. He's got some fun stuff inside, and I'll turn the camera off for now, and we'll meet you guys back inside in a minute. Nice. We're going to take a quick peek with Adam here. He's got quite a bit of progress actually on the Trailblazer over there. So he's got it. They had it first fire, and he's got it all wired up, and he's got the Haltech put in, and
yep, Haltech display with the link ECU with CompuShift trans controller.
We are still getting used to this stick, and this thing just goes everywhere. And for the record, don't buy the GoPro. It's Karma stabilizer grip. It's $300. It's you could spend elsewhere.
It is what it is.
Yeah. So well, cool. Let's go take a look. You were saying so. You're just getting wired up a few things, and you're hoping to dyno tune and nitrous within the next few days, right, Adam?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'd like to have it on the dyno tomorrow.
There we go. I think I'm finally eye level.
Oh, there it goes.
But now it wants to go up again. Maybe the lift can fizz it. Maybe with things like moving, you know, like it picks up movement with something and follows it, maybe.
Yeah.
But it is cool in the drone, for the record. Ooh, yeah, look at that. That is a sick motor. It's for it looks beastly.
Bad mother.
So what? Out of curiosity, what kind of long block is that, and what does something like that cost?
LSX.
Yeah.
It's a 454. It was a turnkey motor bought.
Okay.
I cannot tell you who sold
Sure.
it.
Yeah, no.
Because I honestly don't remember.
Yeah, details. It's a 454 LS based block.
Yeah, with fucking Canon is a 312 duration.
Holy shit! I've never even heard of something like that.
Yeah, it's choppy idle at best. It did 510 torque and 499.
All motor, which is impressive.
On motor on the Mustang one, which your car made a lot less than that, and form, so the motor puts out some serious power. ECU's wired in it. It's a bit of a mess to you guys at the moment. But
we'll clean that up. Obviously, that's what I wanted to see. That looks cool. So he's got the Haltech dash.
Got a Haltech, that's
little dash.
That is. It was
nice.
test ran.
Carbon fiber and everything.
Yeah.
If the light will pick it up, that looks really good.
Up in there.
Yeah.
And behind that, there's a ECU for the transmission.
Nice. And so Adam's going to wire up actually paddle shifters for this thing too, for the track that works with the Haltech and the link, right?
Yeah, we'll work with the link, and then obviously the display is going to throw all the gears and speeds and all the sensors and all the information that a ECU sees onto it. So it gets fucking no more gauges. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't wait to see this thing on the dyno. I tell you what, if you do it on the dyno on Saturday, maybe you could text me and I could come up and even record it.
Yeah. That would be quite cool.
If I have some time.
It's got a 400 shot that it's capable of.
Yeah. It probably won't go up to that. What do you think, 150 to 200?
I reckon 200 is where we're going to start it at, and then just see how the motor reacts to it.
Nice.
So,
nice. And you said you had an STI that we were doing
there's
something crazy on?
Yeah, we'll go around this way.
Let's check this thing out. Nice. Hopefully that.
He doesn't want to.
Alright, cool.
No, there's some